Dive into crypto and get rewards as you go with Coinbase Rewards. The average user gets over.
Yeah, some teams are trying to get it together over there in the East. Go at the Celtics. The 76ers, they just signed Paul George, the big fish of free agency, and they re-signed Maxey. The Knicks reunited that 2016 NCAA championship Villanova team, and they held on to OG. Milwaukee should be finally getting healthy, but Boston already has everybody locked up. So who do you think did the best job of closing that gap on the Celtics in the East?
What jury? I mean, so Milwaukee.
Celtics leading by 6. Rondo with it. He's got 10. And the pass to Garnett. Korver against Allen. Stolen by Boozer. Pass to Noah. And finished off by Noah.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
Outside Rondo. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And there's the foul. Goes on Mr. Incredible. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Second team foul.
Nobody near Allen. That's in there. Perkins with the assist. Perkins got his 4th assist in this one. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And while we have a chance, let's now take a look at the NBA's season assist leaders. Number 1, Rajon Rondo. Bulls trail by 7. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field.
And Allen launches it from deep. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Hastings. Here's covering. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Boston. Garnett outside. Allen outside. Clock at 4. Here's Rondo. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Here's Hastings. Here's covering. Hastings, the pass to Rose. Feeds it to Noah. And Noah with the slam.
Oh, how about the aggressiveness from Noah inside, not allowing himself to be stopped.
Rondo against Rose. Pierce with a wide open look. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Pierce has got 16 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And the Bulls making a change here. Deng's checked in. Now here's Rondo. 12 points for him. Garnett up top. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Keith Bogans, he's checked in for the Bulls.
Coming onto the floor for the Bulls, number 6, Keith Bogans.
Allen outside. Boozer against Garnett. And the shot is good. Garnett's got the lead up to 11 now for the Celtics.
Just straight tricking the defender with the shot fake. This is how it's done.
And the Bulls call timeout here.
Here we go, fans. Back to make the noise for Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
We can discount the Bucks. I think the Bucks have to be included in that tier because of Giannis. And Doc Rivers, I just kind of got under, I don't want to say went under the radar because he said it on Bill Simmons' podcast, and Bill's got the biggest sports podcast in the world. But it didn't get a ton of pickup. Also, the site a massive 4-year, $212 million maximum contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. The NBA landscape the Sixers, they did bring a guard, Tyrese Maxey, a William Paul George, and an MVP level center in Joel. These have to be considered for the NBA championship next year, and in the coming years as well, because as long as Joel Embiid is able to stay healthy, as long as Paul George is able to keep up his all-star record,
Bulls trail by 11.
This type of free agent signing is truly rare. We have an all-star moving to a team that can find themselves winning a championship.
And such a nice move to make the basket
So
work.
let's deep dive.
Rose has got 10.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their fifth consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Garnett. He's got 10 over Boozer. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. They get Carlos Boozer.
Garnett's length is incredible. Makes him so hard to match up against.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
And here's Rose following the
Well,
three-quarter
he's actually 86% of his minutes at the power forward spot according to basketball references.
Rose against Robinson.
70% of his minutes consistent. He is not a player who's going to get in the way or step on the toes of the two established stars already in Philly. He is a man who's going to complement their strengths and bring them to the mix. As we know, the Sixers have been sorely missing a third star since the absolute collapse of Ben Simmons and the mistake to let Jimmy Butler go in parents. It was said during that time that the Sixers openly asked what was Jimmy Butler, and that Jimmy found out and was like, why are you questioning him if you can still lead? And incredibly, causing Philly to make the ultimate mistake of betting on Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris as they watched Jimmy Butler walk off and carry the 2 NBA Finals appearances since his departure. 6 years Harris has failed to even
by 16.
fine. However, now with Paul George, they might finally be looking at the redemption story they have been raising. The biggest question for PT is, of course, can he still play at that all-star level at his current age? George is 34, and he's going to turn 35 next May. By the time that his contract is done, he is going to be 38 years old, which means realistically the Sixers' best chance
Almost no holes in their performance tonight.
Personally, I do think that playing as a third option now, Paul George will be fine, but we also have to ask ourselves, in the playoffs, what version of PG are we going to get? Somehow the nickname Playoff PG has become both a compliment at times and a meme at times. In his early years with the Pacers, Paul George almost helped Indiana take down 2 Miami Heat LeBron Big 3 teams in 2013 and 2014. And then in the 2021 playoffs for the Clippers, Clippers, he helped the team reach their only Western Conference Finals of the PG Kawhi era with averages of 26.9 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game. Again, though, Paul George has never been a third option. Now in Philly, he was asked to do less, which means he should see his efficiency rise. In last year's playoffs, Tyrese Maxey averaged almost 30 points per game.
And here's
Allen has to force now against the Knicks, it was smooth. That's two stars. It's also clear they had absolutely no help. They desperately needed a guy like Paul George to take over. He averaged 33 points, 10.8 rebounds, 5.7 assists. Somehow, Maxey and SCG were just not enough. The Sixers supporting cast completely failed them. Tobias Harris averaging just 9 points per game, one of the worst outputs we have seen from a man who made almost $40 billion. Well, he deserves better. Yes, he has had his own playoff runs, but in the regular season, he's been tops from the ages of 26 and 29. He is averaging 31.5 points, 10.9 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 4.5 points. All-time historic stats. If we were to lower those numbers to 27 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 block per game, we would find only 4 players who have those numbers in age period, and they are all NBA legends. Giannis, Shaq, Kobe, and Paul George is going to be a massive upgrade for Philly. He's going to give them the third star they've been desperately missing since Jimmy Butler. But now, looking at the Clippers, just being blunt here, the Paul George era for the Los Angeles Clippers was a colossal failure. Los Angeles has tried to downplay things by stating Paul is a tremendous talent and an elite two-way player. We feel fortunate for the 5 years he's spent. We traded a lot to pair Paul and Kawhi, and in exchange, we had 5 seasons of consistency. Even though we fell short of our ultimate projection, we appreciate the championship. But I mean, what are they supposed to say? Sorry, fans, we kind of messed this one up horribly. That's on us? Of course not. But they did mess this up, and this trade will go down on us as one of the worst trades of all time. It is that bad. The Clippers, with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, never reached the NBA Finals in a time where that was decent. And Chris Paul and Devin Booker led Suns make fun. We watched a Luka Doncic carry Mavericks to the finals. These 5 years were not a situation where the dynasty Golden State Warriors were gatekeeping.
Second chance effort. And there's
the Clippers could just not keep everyone healthy. Make it
so well.
At the end of the day, they not only did not win a championship, but they also gave away a core that would have them in place to win a championship. Just to begin, Washington was traded away Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who at the age of 25 is expected in the 2024 season, averaged 30.6 assists and 5 rebounds per game. No offense to Paul George, but he is an all-star individual, not an MVP. So already, just player for player, the Clippers. Los Angeles also sent the Thunder a treasure trove of picks, 7 in total when you mix swaps. And Los Angeles still owes the Thunder a 2025 pick swap and their 2026 first-round pick straight up. Meaning, the Clippers cannot just blow this up and rebuild. They still have to try to contend with something because OKC owns their future for the next 2 seasons. Now, among the 7 picks that were given up, we already have 2 extremely notable players drafted. One of those picks came in Jaime Jaquez Jr. For the Miami Heat looks like an incredible young prospect. Just finished 4th in the rookie. And even worse, another pick came in the form of Jalen Williams for the Thunder, who in just his 2nd season with the Thunder established himself as a potential young star, averaging over 19 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Next to Shaq. Oklahoma City Thunder this season won 57 games, finished first in the Western Conference. 2 of their 3 best players being given to them by the Clippers in this Paul George trade. Each gigantic jumps. What's even more than that is the fact that the Golden State Warriors on the verge of the game. Thompson attempted to go all in on Paul George themselves. It has been reported that Golden State offered the Clippers a trade that would have included vets and Andrew Wiggins, as well as promising young players and it has also been reported that Paul George wanted to go to Golden State and that the Clippers ended these trade negotiations, allowing Paul George to walk in free agency in a move that is confusing, horrible, at the very least. Take back the trade assets of Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga. Right? Again, the Clippers have to compete. They do not own their 2025 or 2026 first-round picks. Instead, Los Angeles cut any chance at a deal here and took back absolutely nothing in return for Paul George. Then told Paul George they didn't want to pay the asking price. They let him walk for free. Just straight for him. Some of this trade in general. I get it. Hindsight is 2020. At the time of the Paul George trade, everyone was excited to give up Kawhi and PG. We were supposed to get the Battle of LA between the Lakers and the Clippers. Instead, in typical Clippers fashion, they somehow managed to settle under up for a potential championship run while mortgaging their future and then getting nothing back to Paul George at all. I'm not sure, but I am sure of is if the 76ers are healthy next season, we will have an incredible time as fans watching them go head-to-head with the Knicks and the Celtics. With Joel Embiid absolutely deserving to win his first NBA championship, we really could see Philly holding up that trophy. In fact, it seems like the Clippers are first. It wouldn't surprise me if Paul George hit a game-winning shot to win the NBA championship. So there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this trade down below. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications if you're not subscribed already. If you're still here, you're really going to enjoy this video. So worst draft picks in the last 10 years in the NBA. These picks all cost teams NBA championships / dynasties. Or I think you like this video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. They're awesome. We know it. He's always having.
It's hauled in by Watson. Bulls have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Rose, stolen by Allen. At the top of the key, Rondo. That's good again. His 7th basket, 7 for 10 from the floor.
And Allen showing good recognition.
Paul George has just signed a 4-year, over $200 million contract. Going to Philadelphia 76ers.
2 seasons ago, the Kings, under new head coach Mike Brown, took the league by storm with their high-powered offense. They took parts of the Golden State motion, some of Mike D'Antoni's Suns, and a lot of what the Nuggets do with Jokic to create a pace and space system that led to one of the most efficient seasons in NBA history. They were first at nearly 100 possessions, which carried them to nearly 50 wins and 3rd in the West, despite having a very weak defense. And after a slow start to the 2024 season, they picked up right where they left off in late November, torching defenses with their speed, movement, and high-volume three-point shooting. That was until both Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter went down with injuries, which forced the team to switch their approach. They started to take away minutes from guys like Harrison Barnes and Chris Duarte, instead giving them to high-level point-of-attack defenders like Keon Ellis and Davion Mitchell, and that actually led to their best stretch of basketball. During the last 2 months of the season, they held opponents to just 111 points every 100 possessions, good for 4th in the NBA, and for the very first time showing that they aren't just limited to offensive prowess. If we take a look at the team's defensive rating by month last season, you can very clearly see when this shift happened, going from one of the league's worst defensive teams to one of the best at the flip of a switch. The problem is that in these defense-centric lineups, their offense is prone to being bottled up. The spacing is significantly worse, there's less ball handling, and as a result, their movement-heavy style of play isn't able to create nearly as many advantages, forcing a guy like De'Aaron Fox to take a bevy of tough shots. Then without Monk, there wasn't a real secondary shot creator on the floor. Sabonis is a capable initiator and playmaker, but who else can actually create their own shot with the ball? Keegan Murray is pretty limited to attacking off the catch as a spot-up shooter or in set action. Barnes isn't nearly efficient enough to serve as a legitimate option. This right here is where DeMar DeRozan makes the biggest difference. Because not only is he a good shot creator with the ball in his hands, he's one of the very best. Here's a look at last year's scoring leaders. If you add up all of the points they scored in isolation, pick and roll, and in the post, while Shea's efficiency was off the charts. But after those two, the closest guy in both regards was actually DeMar, who did so in a significantly smaller role. Instead of efficiency, if we adjust the chart to instead show the on-ball scoring numbers in relation to how much they actually have the ball, he really stands out among the pack. That's because he actually utilizes all three play types at volume. Against smaller matchups, he'll often play with his back to the basket, where he's agile, has great footwork, plays physical, and most importantly can hit really tough shots while turning in any direction. He can isolate from anywhere on the floor, whether that's from the free throw line, out on the perimeter, maybe in an open corner, and even at his older age, he's still a threat to beat his man off the dribble. So they have to respect his driving, but he's also an all-time mid-range shot creator and shot maker, which is where he does most of his damage. He never sees a shot he doesn't like inside the arc, and this adds serious value, especially when talking about the Kings. No, he's not going to produce ridiculously high true shooting numbers like a Jokic or a Steph Curry, but he provides a seriously high offensive floor and an ultimate release valve for when things get tough. Like I said, when the Kings aren't able to create advantages with their movement or multiple actions, they can get bottled up pretty easily, and this is where having an elite isolationist changes everything. Last year, they were one of the lowest volume isolation teams in the league, so DeMar adds another layer to an already versatile offense.